over again. I do want to welcome you all to Wanda's Pampered Chef Party. Thank you so much for having us here tonight. And my favorite four-letter F word is free. So you're going to hear me say free quite a bit tonight. So the first freebie we're going to give to Wanda is we have our Season's Best recipe collection. And so those of you who've been around Pampered Chef for a while know that every 6 months when the catalog changes, so does the Season's Best. So this one is the one that came out in fall, which is started September 1. And what we're going to do is we're going to write Wanda a thank you note on the inside cover with this. You can definitely flip through it, check out the recipes, use the back cover if you run out of room, and then we'll give this to her at the end of the show so that this can be her like thank you note for having us over. Plus, that when she cooks with it, she'll be able to look through everybody who loved on her here tonight. So we'll start this right over here. So that's my first freebie for her tonight. So we're going to let her come on back in when she's greeting a couple more people. Tonight we are making a very favorite classic recipe called chicken clubhouse squares. So this started back in the days when Pampered Chef wrapped everything in a crescent roll. Who did some recipes back then? We wrapped everything in Pillsbury? Yeah, so this kind of has that same basis. We did some crescent rolls ahead of time, and they are cooling in our large bar pan. How many of you have been stoned before? Some stoners in the room? Who's got some stoneware at home? Awesome. Those of you who have some, just shout out to me. What pieces of stoneware do you have?
I have that.
You have that? Large bar pan?
Round.
Large round stone? The small baker?
The flat pan, the pizza pan.
All right, Miss Pat, what stone do you absolutely love?
My newest one is the bacon cooker.
Yes, we are going to be using our Baconator here tonight. This is actually officially called the Small Ridge Baker, but I jokingly call it the Baconator. So we are going to do some bacon in the microwave. Does anybody care to guess how long it's going to take us to cook this? Anybody but Pat? Actually, it's going to take about 5. All right, so we're going to do about 5 minutes of this bacon. I know at my house, turkey bacon takes only 4 minutes, and sometimes the thicker bacon takes more like 6. But at any rate, it is quicker and cleaner than cooking it on your stovetop. This is actually portion 1 we did before you all got here, so it's nice and crispy, ready to go. So I'm just going to cover this, put this in the microwave for that 5 minutes, and then we're going to move on to what we're going to do next. Put that in there. All right, so the next piece of stoneware, how many of you have any kind of a baking casserole type stone at home already? Not a flat one, but like one that's got size. All right, so do you have this one? Awesome. Do you use it? All right, good. That's what I'd like to hear. Do you use yours a lot? Awesome. What is something that you cooked in it recently?
A chicken.
A chicken. Did you do the full chicken?
I did.
Very nice.
Very good.
Yeah. So tell everybody, how long did you cook that full chicken in here?
I think it was 40 minutes.
40 minutes?
Yeah.
Okay. It does depend on the size of the chicken. The chicken I did just on Sunday was right at 5 pounds, a roaster, and it took right at 30 minutes. And what temperature do we want to look at when you do that? Do you remember what temperature we have to?
I think it was 400.
It was, well, when you baked it or you microwaved it?
I baked it.
You baked it. Okay, that's a little bit different. When we do it in the microwave, you can do it in the microwave for 30 minutes. I did a 5 pound for 30 minutes. Now, if you bake it, yes, you would put it at 400 or whatever your temperature is.
Yeah.
When we cook it in the microwave, when you know it's done, you use your pocket thermometer, and it needs to be at 165 to start, and I usually, when we checked it, it actually was at 170, 175, so it was good to go. And but you can do it all in the microwave. So tonight what we're going to do is we're actually going to do chicken breast. And so we have a package of breast here. Most people either have a package on hand, it's usually a staple that people buy at the store, or you have a bag of that frozen breast in the freezer. So this is about a couple pounds, I think it's about a pound, so it's maybe like 2 or 3 breasts. These were like the really thin ones, so there were multiple ones in there. But enough to cover the bottom of the baker. And what I'm going to do is we're going to season it tonight with our garlic and herb rub. This is one of our new rubs, and I love using this for a basis for any kind of meal. So when we're gonna actually spread this on top of our crescent rolls later, but the garlic and herb rub is a really nice basis for anything. So I've been using this quite a bit. So I'm just going to sprinkle this on. My other favorite when I did the full chicken on Sunday in the microwave for 30 minutes is I used the crushed peppercorn and garlic. Should I bring that one? Yes, I brought that one. So this is a good basis too. So it can be used for anything that, like, no matter what you're going to make. Now, if you're going to be doing something like Mexican, I usually use my Southwest. And so if this is the basis for like chicken enchiladas or chicken tacos or something like that, I would use something seasoned like that. We also have a chili lime that's really good that I do if I'm doing a Mexican type dish. But I will pass these around that you guys can look at them, and if you want to open them up, you can definitely smell them. And just if you're going to sneeze, please turn your head. and so we don't get any germs in there. So I will start with these over here with you ladies, so if you want to pass those around. And then a couple other ones is I'm going to use our dill mix here in a second to mix with our cream cheese. And another one of my favorites is the 3-onion rub. And I try to cook more than 3 times a week at home. So I can be honest, and I am not a chef at all. I'm very pampered. And one thing I did this week is I actually did the carrots and carrots and celery in your saute pan for the basis of actually shepherd's pie. And I didn't have any onion. So what I did is I used this instead. This is a great substitute for onion. That's not like powder. It actually has some chunks in there. Also makes 1 heck of a like an onion dip for your veggie tray. So a lot of times what I tell people is with our rubs and seasonings, you can mix equal parts of mayo and sour cream and then whatever rub to taste, and it makes a really good dip. I really like the Southwest one that you guys are passing around to do that if we're having Mexican. Like to put them on quesadillas or something. So I will pass that around for you ladies to look at too, but we're going to save the dill for a few more minutes. I'm going to need that. All right, so like I said, chicken breast and rub. That is it. Okay, so there's no oil, there's no extra broth or anything like that. When you guys think microwave chicken, what are some of the adjectives that normally come to mind? Dry is a good one. What else? Rubbery, that's a good one. Anybody else got anything that you think of? All right, so those, I want you to keep that in mind for after we cook this. We're going to cook these breasts in the microwave in 8 minutes. Now, if you like to leave the breasts full, usually a little bit more, 10 to 12, but I usually chunk mine like this. I use my kitchen shears. And I just, sometimes I cut that piece of cartilage out of the breast, and I usually just kind of trim it with the shears as opposed to whacking it with a knife. It's a little bit more precision. I don't waste as much, and so I just cut right through there. These were slightly frozen, and these will go through them. So I just cut them up. I don't care what they look like. I just want them in chunks, and I just put that right there in that baker. All right, so you guys can kind of see that over there. Let me show you. All right, so they're chunked and ready to go. So then they're frosting the remaining part of it, and they've got that rub on there. So this bacon's coming out in 16 seconds, and we're going to put our lid on our baker, and then we're going to put this in the microwave for 8 minutes. So let me grab the bacon. It's going to come out here in a second. Perfect. All right, you hear that bacon nice and sizzling. We're going to trade, take our baker, put that right in here, and remember it was 8 minutes. You won't even know what happened. It's going to be so quick. All right, so in the meantime, I'm going to let that bacon cool for a minute right there, and you can kind of see that bacon up front here. We're going to get our cream cheese spread, and so I have an 8-ounce block of cream cheese. These are our silicone fret bowls, and they're so fun to squish. So this can kind of help me get our cream cheese ready to go. Instead of having to microwave it, I've just been having it sit in here, and I can kind of squish it. These do come in a set of 3, and I have the little one here. We're going to do some chocolate stuff later. So we got our small one, our medium, and the large, and so these do come in a set together. And they do have your measurements there on the side. They are microwave safe, they are dishwasher safe. Great, we're going to melt chocolate in the small one in a little bit, but I just absolutely love these for prepping in my kitchen. Along with prepping, we have our prep bowls. Anybody got any of these at home? We have a couple different sizes. These are the 1-cup prep bowls. They do come with a lid, and great for 1-cup capacity. When my children were smaller and they were starting to eat table food, this was a great leftover. This would be 1 serving for them. Now we call this portion control. Okay, they're a little bit bigger, and so we need some portion control. So this is 1 cup leveled off, especially if you need a measuring cup, and you just are like, oh, I just used my measuring cup. Now I have to go from oil to flour, and so you can put this in there leveled off 1 cup. So these are great, too, for taking snacks to work, filling it with chocolate chips or goldfish or whatever is your treat. So the set of 6 does come, the 1 cup does come in a set of 6. So I just have them in the cabinet, grab them all the time. Then there's a 2-cup and a 3-cup. They each come with 2. And then when you get any bigger than that, the 4-cup is actually our small batter bowl. And then from there we have 8 cups in the same material, and that is our classic batter bowl. So this is actually, our cake is in here for later. But if you'll notice, do you notice anything different about this batter bowl from the one you may have?
Different shape.
It's a little bit different shape. So we no longer have a complete handle. Makes it very easy for stacking. All right, so now that the other one can nest inside of it. The measurements are still etched in there on the side, so they'll never go away after many years of use. They actually made the base a little wider. So when you do baking things that you're stirring, you have a little bit more space down there, and it works better like with a hand mixer, too. So I like they widen that base. Now these are, along with the small ones, these are microwave safe, these are dishwasher safe. They are oven safe up to 350 degrees, so you can make little Polly Pocket cakes, or you could make big Barbie cakes. In these, and so it just depends on what your needs are, but I absolutely love these. When I'm done with them, I just pop them in the dishwasher, and they're good to go. Do not bake with the lids, okay? That will make a white icing that you were not counting on and will not smell so good, okay? So take the lids off if you're going to bake.